This episode of Game Grammar is brought to you in part by iTalki. iTalki is a website designed to make language learning personal by connecting you to native speakers around the globe. Whether you hire a personal teacher or find a language partner to chat with, you'll find an effective path to fluency in Japanese or another language. It's an affordable, convenient way to develop your skills and learn about life in other countries. Right now, there's a buy one get one promotion on iTalki credit if you click the link in the video description, so be sure to check it out. Welcome everyone to Game Grammar's Japanese Pokédex project, where we translate Pokédex entries from the original Japanese for fun. Because this is a side series, we probably shouldn't be making progress in our actual game file, but we're throwing caution to the wind today, so let's catch a Mankey. Yes, we caught a Mankey. Mankey のデータが新しくポケモン図鑑にセーブされます。Mankey and data are exactly what they sound like, Mankey and data. And we know Pokemon Zukan super well. Atarashiku is derived from atarashi, or new. By changing that e to a ku, it's no longer an adjective, but now an adverb, which means it modifies the verb instead of the noun. Here, we're modifying seibu saremasu. Seibu means save, but it's a bit more like record in this instance. Saremasu, the polite form of sareru, is a form of suru, to do. When we change suru to sareru, it becomes passive. Basically, to do becomes is done. The subject marked by ga is now the object being acted upon, Mankey no data. Ni tells us where the data is going to the Pokemon Zukan. Note that with passive verbs, ni usually marks who or what performed the action. Ichidan ru verbs become their polite mas forms by replacing the ru with mas, hence why sareru became saremasu. Other verbs change the u sound endings into imasu, so aruku would become arukimasu. Isn't it nice that the Pokédex is so mannerly? The passive form is also considered a more polite way to speak than the normal form, in a acknowledging that I did something is too direct and assumes I'm important, so I'm just gonna say that it happened kind of way. So this whole sentence is wrapped up in politeness. Mankey's data is newly saved in the Pokemon Field Guide. Mankey no data ga atarashiku Pokemon Zukan ni seibu saremasu. One of the best ways to see how passive verbs work is to compare them to active verbs. So let's rewrite this sentence. Pokemon Zukan ni Mankey no data o atarashiku seibu shimasu. Newly saved Mankey's data in the Pokédex. It says the same basic thing, but it's a lot more direct. Note how this sentence feels a bit more awkward because it doesn't have a subject. If you said, I saved the data, or the Pokédex saved the data, it would be more natural, but it puts emphasis on me or the Pokédex, not on Mankey's data. Passive forms emphasize what is being acted upon. It actually becomes the subject. Mankey no data ga seibu saremasu. Let's start with the name. Mankey might come from cranky and monkey, but Redditor BrevVGC pointed out that it might be Yankee and monkey. In Japanese, the word Yankee refers to a punk or a member of a gang, delinquents, the kind of guy whose girlfriend gets kidnapped and then he wants to get her back even if it means picking up a dude and throwing him. Maybe the people who coined the term saw too many American movies like The Warriors or West Side Story. As a kid, I always thought it was just man-monkey, which makes Mankey seem even more strange considering it's a monkey with a pig's nose. Take it all with a grain of salt. I'm not confident what they were going for when they named Mankey. They were going for something though, that's for sure. Anyway, Mankey's half a meter tall and weighs 28 kilograms, or 1 foot 8 inches and 61.7 pounds. This thing is like the size of a baby. A really ugly baby. But it weighs more like a 9-year-old. This is one baby you don't want to fight. Game Grammar does not endorse baby fights.
Fight! Fight! Fight!
Its Pokemon Zukan entry reads, 普段は機嫌が良くても、ちょっとしたことでいきなり暴れ出すから怖いのだ. Fudan means usually or constantly. Paired with wa, we know it's the subject, the times this thing happens. And it usually happens. Kigen refers to its temper or mood. Kigen ga yokutemo means even if its mood is good. The yokutemo comes from the adjective e, which means good. Yeah, weird. Yokute is e's te form, and anything in the te form with mo means even if. For e adjectives, the te form is made by turning the e into a ku. which makes it an adverb, and then adding a te. For a normal adjective like takai, which means tall, it would just be takakute. But I becomes yoku, because it's special, and then yokute. Look at it again. Kigen ga yokute mo, even if its mood is good. Chotto shita has a meaning of slight or small. We can see it coming from a mile because it's similar to chotto, which means a little bit. We know that koto is a thing or matter already, so chotto shita koto is a small thing. The particle de usually indicates a location, but here it suggests by means of or by way of. So if you're traveling by bicycle, you could say jitensha de. If you're speaking in Japanese, you could say nihongo de. Chotto shita koto de. This small thing is a means of something happening, and that something suddenly happens. Ikinari means suddenly. Abareru means to act violently or to thrash about. It's the same name as the move thrash. When you pair a verb in stem form with dasu, you get to start to verb. So, abaredasu means to begin to act violently. Chotto shita koto de ikinari abaredasu means small things will make it suddenly start to thrash about. The kara particle means because, and the noda at the end makes the sentence an explanation. Kowai means scary. Kara and noda go pretty well together to explain that it is scary, and why it's scary, because small things can make it suddenly start to thrash about. So after putting all this together, we get, usually, even if its mood is good, it will suddenly start to thrash about for little things, and because of that, it's scary. Fudan wa kigen ga yokute mo chotto shita koto de ikinari abaredasu kara kowai no da. Now let's compare it with the official translation. Extremely quick to anger. It could be docile one moment and then thrashing away the next instant. Well, it's not exactly the same, but it gets the point across. It is missing the scary part, but I think Mankey's plenty scary without them having to remind me. And that's all, folks. Until next time, if you like what you see, be sure to subscribe here or on Facebook or on Twitter. Consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/gamegrammar to help support us, and be sure to check out iTalki for even more language help. Mata ne! Hitokage comes from hi, fire, and tokage, lizard. Although fire lizard would be an appropriate name, Hitokage actually means salamander, because it was once thought that salamanders were born from fire, and therefore had a connection to it.